Hello dreamy people, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. So for today's video, our topic is sleep paralysis. Ooh, spooky. So we're gonna first define sleep paralysis, and then we're gonna talk about some stuff, and then we're gonna talk about some other stuff. So let's dive in. The website mind.help defines sleep paralysis as a sensation of being unable to move, which can occur at the start of sleep or when you wake up. A temporary mental state, but can have severe symptoms. The American Psychological Institute describes it as a common form of parasomnia and a brief inability to move or speak just before falling asleep or upon awakening, often accompanied by terrifying hallucinations, which can come in the form of sights, sounds, and sensations. It can last a few seconds or minutes, though I imagine seconds would feel like minutes in this state. Sounds terrifying. So for sure in the comments, let me know if you've ever experienced this. I have a bit of experience with it, which I will mention at the end of the video. But yeah, definitely let me know all the scary stories. So yeah, I mentioned that it can happen at the beginning of falling asleep, which is called hypnagogic or predormital sleep paralysis, and then when it happens upon awakening, it's called hypnopompic or postdormital sleep paralysis. So our sleep cycles happen in two main states. So I believe there are like something like 5 stages within them, but we're not going to talk about that. So the two main states are non-REM or rapid eye movement sleep and REM sleep. So we spend, in a sleep cycle, we spend the first 75 to 80% of it in non-REM sleep. So that's when the body relaxes and rejuvenates itself, and then we spend the next 20 to 25% of the cycle in REM sleep. So that's where the body is still relaxed, but because there's that rapid eye movement going on, more vivid dreams are occurring, muscles are inactive, so it's hypothesized that, oh yeah, and then also, so that cycle, the cycle of non-REM and REM sleep lasts about 90 minutes on average, so it's hypothesized that if you become consciously aware towards the end of the REM cycle, when you're still having those vivid hallucinations and rapid eye movement, and your muscles are inactive, that's when the sleep paralysis can occur. But I couldn't find as much information on when it happens at the beginning of sleep. So if you know stuff about that, or if I was wrong about anything I just said, which is probable, definitely correct me or share any information you have about that, because I would love to know. So next we're going to talk about some causes that were historically believed to be responsible for sleep paralysis. So there was the incubus succubus thing. Oh, also one of the sensations with sleep paralysis is like having someone, like an evil entity or presence, sitting on your chest. So I think with the incubus or succubus myth, that was often the case, or any of like the demon explanations for sleep paralysis from different cultures. There would be like you'd wake up and have it sitting on your chest. So yeah, with the incubus and succubus, they sexually torment their victims. Should probably have a trigger warning on this. And repeated encounters with them can supposedly harm your mental and physical health and eventually lead to death. Kind of reminds me of vampires, at least in like Bram Stoker's Dracula, where it's not like zombies where if you get bitten once you're turned. It's more like if you get drained like repeatedly night after night to the point that like you die, that's when you turn and come back as a vampire. It seemed related at the time that I thought of it. Now it just seems like a tangent, but it's cool. We love tangents over here. And then, so yeah, that was one of the mythological entities that was thought to be responsible for sleep paralysis. Also, there's in Egypt, it was thought that malevolent spirits such as the jinn was responsible. In the US, it's often associated with alien abductions and UFOs. It's always fun. Then in Thai folklore, this state of sleep paralysis is called Phi-am. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's P-H-I space A-M. And it's thought to be the work of ghosts. So sleep paralysis is usually not a medically critical condition. However, about 10% of people who do suffer with it have it on a repetitive, regular basis, and it can lead to anxiety and depression because it's such an intense experience and because it makes them afraid to go to sleep, and then lack of sleep obviously perpetuates all of those issues. But for the other 90% of people who like maybe have gotten it once or twice, it's a fairly benign condition, supposedly. And then according to Sleep Foundation, there is limited scientific evidence about optimal treatment for sleep paralysis. So the most common treatment is cognitive behavioral therapy. And in Egypt, culturally adapted cognitive behavioral therapy has been found to be very successful. So yeah, that's pretty much all the information I found on this topic. Yeah, again, definitely let me know if you know more stuff and want to say some words, then you can say those. Or yeah, and especially if you have personal experiences with this. I'm not sure if what I experienced one time was true sleep paralysis, because I was able to speak, I just wasn't able to move. And I know I think it was like after a nightmare. This is probably the nightmare that woke me up from the REM cycle, but I was still like seeing the images. But I was able to speak and like call for help. I just like couldn't move. So that, but yeah, I haven't had that too much. I did know someone who was like plagued by it intensely for quite a while, but she's doing okay now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. This video is brought to you by Cosmic Background Radiation. Have a great day. Bye.